Okie dokie, time for Data Cloud. Time for a nice little demo of Data Cloud. And we will go from data streams, so ingesting data, to building segments, and to the point of activating and analyzing the data as well. So we have here our nice little Data Cloud instance. And on the first page, we see some data streams right there from accounts, campaigns, cases. Then we have some segments. So what do we have here? Did not engage with email the last 7 days. Frequent in-store guests. And then we have also activation data. We activated the segments here. All right, so these are the data streams. And the question is, how do we get data into Salesforce? So if we go up here, we have a new button and all the wonderful opportunities to get data into Data Cloud. So we can ingest data from Marketing Cloud, from the CRM, from B2B commerce, but also things like, we have an SFTP file server, you upload a CSV file there, and you can use this as well to ingest data. So you set up your connection and basically can upload the CSV data files that you have on your SFTP server. Let's look at one of those data streams. So we have loyalty here, loyalty management. This is an example, and this is a data stream that is active. And here are the fields of this data. So email address, enrollment date, loyalty member tier, loyalty program. So just data for loyalty management. What we also have here is formula fields. Those are basically transformed data. So hashed email address. We can combine fields from down here, basically build formulas, and they will be available as well as part of the data stream. So we can look right here to see how the data streams are mapped to the internal objects that we have in Data Cloud. So in Data Cloud, we come up with a separate data model, and we map those data streams that we ingest into Salesforce to this data model. So on the left-hand side, you see the original data that is ingested, the data lake object data directly, not transformed, not anything. You will have the formula fields here as well, and then you map them to the data model entities, so the data model objects. So you would have your individual object front and center, and this individual, this person, this future unified profile will be surrounded by contact points. For example, an email or activities. And if you want to, add some more to the data model, we can go up here. And here we have some of the objects that are standard in the data model. So account, affiliation. We have some loyalty objects here as well, loyalty benefit, benefit type. So these are some of the objects that we as Salesforce prepared as best practices, contact point emails. But if you want to, you can just also create new custom data, a new custom data model, a completely custom data model in Data Cloud as well. So let's close this one. So yeah, we have successfully inserted the data. We mapped it to the internal Data Cloud data model, and now we start with identity resolutions. So we ingest the data maybe from an ERP, from Salesforce, from Marketing Cloud, and these could be one and the same person, but we have different data sets about them. So how do we unify the profiles? We have an identity resolution data set here, and we have two things. We have matching rules. So for example, if the exact name and email is matching, then it's matched to one unified profile. If the exact name and phone number is matching, or something like fuzzy name, normalized phone, a normalized email. So you can edit those things. You can add also separate custom matching rules. And this will be based on the data of the individual. And for example, something like the contact point email, contact point phone number, etc. So let's close this up. And then the second thing is, once we know it's an individual and we have 3 different data sets, maybe we have different emails here. So twice the email is, the GMX email, and once it's a different email. What is the email that will be on the unified profile? And here we can set those rules. For example, the most frequent one, the last updated one, and we can also set a completely custom priority of sources. So for example, here, all subscriptions will be a higher data source than, for example, lead. From all the data that we have ingested, that we have mapped, that we've unified, we can go into Data Cloud and also calculate insights. For example, let's take all the data every morning on email engagements, and let's put a number on it. How often did someone engage per day or per month, and create a data set on this. And this is, let's look into email engagement count builder. So we have a calculated insight here. These are the fields. This is the expression, the complicated expression, but no worries. We don't have to build this expression by hand or code it. We can just go into the builder and with clicks, not code, build these kind of calculated insights here. So let's exit this one. So what have we done? We have ingested data. We have mapped it to our internal data model. We have unified profiles. We have calculated some insights. So already a lot that we've done. And to be able to, for example, market to certain segments of those unified profiles, we can go here to segment and build those segmentations. So we can go right here, build a new segment, visual builder, standard segment, and let's go the global data space. We will segment unified profiles, but literally you can take anything to build your segmentation on. The unified individual, let's call this test segment. Next, standard publish, and we say we don't refresh it right now. But here you can schedule, okay, is it going to refresh daily and do the calculation or recalculate the segment? You can have a rapid publish for a very fast recalculation, but then you have only data for the last 7 days. Or you have standard publish. It takes a little bit of more time, but you will have data from the last 2 years. So let's start building our segment. Right now, the segment population is all of the data right here. We can go to unified profile, go down here, and even the calculated insights is something that we can use to build our segment. Here we have, for example, lifetime value, something we calculated, and let's say is greater than 100. And maybe another one is loyalty member. And we say value is equal to yes. So we have 2 criteria. They are connected by and, not or. And we go to save. And that's how we basically created a new segment. Now it's recalculated how many are in the segment population. And it's just 43 of the original 29 million. So nice. Let's go to save. And we have our test segment. So now the question is, what do we do with this freshly created segment? And the answer, of course, is we will activate the segment. We go to activations and say new. and we take the global data space again. We take our test segment 2, I believe. This is the one we just built. And the activation target can be, for example, directly to Facebook. It can be Google Ads, whatever activation you have built. Marketing Cloud segments for the data extensions there. So yeah, let's say we publish it to Facebook and add the fields that we will hand over to Facebook to recognize the users. So we have email address, first name, last name. And now if you click next, all our people in the segment will receive Facebook ads because this is an audience that we've published to Facebook. Wonderful. So we've done all this. We ingested data, we unified the data, we made some calculations as well. And now we want to have a look at some insights and some dashboards. So let's have a small tour through these dashboards that are available here. So we have an overview over engagements during quarters. We see what segments we have, some camping, electronics, nutrition, what product category is top and which is not, user interests. But let's go to our loyalty use case again, and we see there are a lot of silver members, not so much gold members from the loyalty tiers. And we see that there are actually a lot of members here, 70, that are close to being moved to gold tier. So we can click it and it's also interactive. We see where they are. We see the preference categories. And this sounds like we could build a nice segment and advertise based on, gear and these insights that we have here. And probably we will use a channel preference of email. So we make an email marketing campaign on gear, whatever this category means here, to get them to move to a gold loyalty status. So we have more insights and more dashboards here, but this is really the magic that we are building with Data Cloud. We combine all the data in one unified profile, collect all the activations and activities, do segmentations, and have a nice overview on analytics level as well. So I hope this was helpful and you enjoyed the small ride on Data Cloud. And see you soon.